Grandma Nada and the story of Salama. The rain drummed a steady rhythm against the window pane, but inside Grandma Nada's living room, it was warm and bright. Yusuf and Adam sat on the edge of the sofa, while Rawan and little Hoda curled up on the soft rug. "Grandma," Hoda whispered, "will you tell us a story about someone very brave?" Grandma Nada adjusted her glasses and smiled. "I will tell you about a woman of great wisdom and even greater patience," she said. "Her name was Hind, but the world remembers her as Salama." Long ago, in the city of Mecca, Grandma Nada began. Hind lived with her noble family. Her father was a man of legendary kindness. People called him the provider of the traveler, because he never let a visitor leave without a full belly. Hind grew up watching his generosity, learning that a kind heart is the most valuable treasure a person can own. Yusuf leaned in, his chin resting in his hands, as he imagined the bustling markets of old Mecca. Grandma Nada looked at Adam. Hind and her husband, Umm Salama, were very brave. They were among the first to follow the Prophet's message of peace. But in those days, it was dangerous to believe. To stay safe, they had to leave their home and travel across the sea to a land called Abyssinia. It was a long journey into the unknown, but Hind never complained. Adam gripped a small throw pillow, imagining the crashing waves of the sea. Eventually, it was time for the Muslims to move to the city of Medina, Grandma continued. But as Hind and Umm Salama prepared to leave, a group of men stopped them. They were angry and pulled Hind away from her husband. Worst of all, they took her tiny baby, Salama, right out of her arms. Hind was left all alone, separated from the two people she loved most in the world. Rawan's eyes filled with tears. "That is so sad, Grandma. What did she do?" Grandma Nada squeezed Rawan's hand. Every single day for a whole year, Hind went out to the desert and sat in the spot where she had been separated from her family. She prayed and she waited. She showed the world what true patience looks like. She didn't give up hope, even when the days were long and lonely. Finally, Grandma Nada said with a bright smile, a relative saw how much Hind was suffering and convinced the others to let her go. Hind didn't wait a second. She grabbed her son, Salama, and set off across the vast, burning desert all by herself to find her husband. She was the first woman to make that long journey alone, guided only by her courage and her faith. The family was finally reunited in Medina, and Hind became known as Salama, which means Mother of Salama. She was very happy, Grandma said, but life brings many changes. After many years, her husband Umm Salama passed away. Even in her sadness, she remembered a special prayer, "O Allah, reward me for my trial and give me something better in return." She trusted that even in dark times, light would find its way back. Grandma Nada looked at Hoda, who was listening so intently she had forgotten to blink. Because of her noble character and her brilliant mind, the Prophet himself asked to marry her. Salama became a mother of the believers. She wasn't just a member of his family, she became one of his most trusted advisors. Whenever there was a difficult problem, she was there with her calm voice and her sharp wit. One of her most famous moments happened at a place called Hudaybiyyah, Grandma Nada explained. The Muslims were very sad because they couldn't enter Mecca to pray as they had planned. The Prophet told them to finish their pilgrimage where they were by shaving their heads and sacrificing their animals, but everyone was so upset and disappointed that they didn't move. They just sat there, frozen by their sadness. The Prophet went into his tent and told Salama how worried he was, Grandma said. She listened carefully, and then she gave him the most brilliant advice. She said, "O Messenger of Allah, do not say another word to them. Just go out, perform your sacrifice, and call your barber to shave your head. When they see you leading the way, they will follow." She knew that sometimes, seeing is better than hearing. And she was right. Yusuf shouted, jumping up. Grandma Nada laughed. Yes, she was. As soon as the people saw the Prophet acting, they all stood up and followed his lead. Her wisdom saved the day and brought peace back to the camp. She proved that a woman's advice can change the course of history. Yusuf clapped his hands, his eyes shining with excitement at the happy ending. Grandma Nada gathered all 4 grandchildren into a big hug. Salama taught us that patience is strength, and wisdom is a light that guides us through the dark. No matter how hard things get, if you stay kind and use your mind, you can overcome anything. The children hugged her back, feeling the warmth of the story and the love of their grandmother, ready to dream of desert journeys and wise queens.